Hello and welcome to day 29 of Thriving in Motherhood, 30 days to reconnect with a love that changes everything. Okay, so I was just thinking, if you're in a marriage that is challenging and you are just pretty much angry at your husband, you think he hasn't been nice to you, and you are just feeling all the feels, and you're kind of just sick of it. What if you were to just go, I'm in this marriage now, right? And I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to give it 6 months, and I'm just going to kind of forget, maybe not forget, but I'm going to overlook the behaviors that he's had, the things that drive me nuts, all the things, the arguments you've had in the past, the things that are your sticking points that, cause friction in your relationship. And you were just to say, I'm gonna just try to enjoy this because we're in this, right? I mean, the alternative is ugly, right? So if you were just to say, and I'm not talking about if you're in an abusive relationship, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you're in a, normal relationship, I guess. What's normal? But and you were just to say, I'm gonna just give it my all. I'm gonna just, not as far as even effort, but just kind of letting go. Just saying, I'm gonna enjoy this relationship. I'm gonna laugh with my husband. I'm gonna have fun with him. Maybe right now you can't just go on a date and be together, but maybe you can just decide to put on a smile, and you can decide to have fun together. And you can just say, if you look at yourself and you go, for me, I'm broken. I have things that I don't have it all together. I don't do everything right. And so sometimes it's easy to call someone else to be perfect and to have it all together and not have it all right, but then not for ourselves. And so I'm just saying, what if we almost, in a sense, were blinded to all the junk and just said, I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to, for 6 months, I'm going to just let it go. He pisses me off. I'm just going to be like, okay, all right, Lord help him, Lord help me. And you just live that way. And maybe there's things that he likes, and maybe you're going to, after your heart softens a little bit, maybe you're going to start doing those things. Or maybe you do those things to do them to get your heart softened. Because we constantly live in this offensive culture where everyone's offended by everyone else, and it seems all justified. It seems okay. It's like, well, why not? That person hurt me. And maybe they did. I'm sure they did. But that isn't the culture of heaven. And there is fruit to not living in that culture, the culture of offense. Like I said, the end game is ugly. And so the end game is either a lifetime of trouble, of unrest, of stress, of bickering, of children hearing bickering, of children seeing awkward interactions between the two of you, because children see it. Or it ends in divorce, which is splitting your assets and seeing an attorney, and then you have, visitation, and you have all the stuff. So you have choices, right? You can either, do the divorce thing, and that, I haven't met anyone that goes well really for, or you can just be just sad and uncomfortable with a lot of angst in your relationship. Or you could actually just go, you know what? Life's so short. Like, the days seem long, but the life's short. Sorry, I'm wearing glasses because I just got my eyes dilated from the eye doctor. And so life is short. It's way too short to just be angry all the time. And to just always be like, I'm waiting for the other person. And I'm telling you, I know this world because I spent many years just being like, God, why do I have to be the one to change? When you realize that there's no change that's going to happen by doing that, by just waiting for someone else. I mean, they may change, but that's probably not going to happen. That the only one you can control is you. When I started to see that I got stuff, when I started walking in it, I actually started realizing that our life is not our own. We get to live in joy when we decide to live in joy. And that practicing living in joy and letting things go over and over and over again actually does bring joy. And it does bring peace. It does something. And it's good. And it actually may even produce fruit in your husband or in the person you're in a challenging relationship with. But we're talking about marriage. It could produce in your marriage a husband who's like, girl, I like you. I mean, you got something going. And it sparks a new thing. And so today you have a choice. Are you going to just stay stuck and stay angry and stay waiting for him to change? Or are you going to go, you know what? I'm going to put my big girl pants on and I'm going to walk in joy. And I'm going to just let things go. I'm going to let things roll off. He says something that just, that makes you mad or that makes you, and maybe you don't say anything. Maybe you go, that's not cool. And then you walk away. Or you just, that's not cool. And he's like, what? Wait, there's no fight in you? What's going on? And it just creates this environment. It may create an environment where it develops a marriage that you've always wanted. When you realize you receive grace, you can freely give it. I was like, what if we just went around, we were women, strong women. This is not being a doormat at all. This is about being a strong woman, a strong, beautiful woman who is like, I want joy. I want to live in joy. I don't want to live pissed off and angry and sad and just, my husband walks in the door and I just wonder, what is our night going to look like? Who wants to live that way? Right? That's terrible. And so if we just lived our life and we just let things go, we let him be him, we decided to be us and to be in control of what we have going and be in control of what our environment is, what our day is, that it's either in sadness or in grumpiness or in anger and being offended at everything, or it's not. And think about your children. Think about how if you lived in a house where people would make mistakes, you just laugh, and or they'd joke. We joke in our family. But we can just be like, I know who I am. That's funny. And we don't have to take ourselves all serious all the time. So I think if our children grew up in that environment, if they were exposed to laughter and a non-bickering, non-angry, even happy environment, who wouldn't want that? I'm pretty sure you want that for your kids. I want that for my kids. I'm just saying, life is just too short. Life is just too short to not let it go and just go. Husband comes home tonight, you're just like, hi. And maybe that's it. And then you have dinner, and how was your day? You don't have to fabricate this. Hi, how you doing? It can be real. Just be like, how was your day? And slowly, those little interactions will soften his heart, probably. But they'll do something for you. I promise you. So that's just my little encouragement today. Do you dare? Do you dare say enough? Enough with all of the junk that this woe is me, life. Be a woman who just takes the bull by the horns and just says, you know what? I'm going to make a good life. I'm going to make a joyful life. And you know what? I can't do that apart from the Lord. I need the Lord for that, for sure. But making a decision to just be like, I'm in this marriage. I'm going to enjoy it for as much as I can. And if, you being nice and your husband's like, oh, and he gets all, feely, I don't know, navigate it. But we're supposed to enjoy our life. So what enjoying is for you and for you together, do that. Just do that. Because this world, this life is so short. Do it.